believe. Flashbacks, we break the news. Pump it up with warrior fuel. Jumpin' Jeff says, yep, it's true. Tony laughs, the spider's cool. Flash tracks ready, set, let's go.
Good afternoon and welcome to episode number 4 of Slash Trax Action News Express-ish. I'm Alex Vanover.
And I'm Josh LaRue. And this is your news at 10.
No, it's not. But I'll tell you what it is right now and what is a 10. That new theme song. What do you think about that, Josh?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Even Jumpin' Jeff and Tony the Spider got in there, you know. Tony gets called cool, so I have a feeling he helped write the lyrics, you know. Tony just laughs. He's cool. The Spider's cool.
Yeah, I think it's great that you gave them that opportunity to do something around the studio, because I feel like they just kind of wait for an opportunity to kind of be on the show. They're always kind of getting us coffee and donuts and stuff, and they do a lot of the janitorial duties around the studios, and I know that you had been feeling bad about that, so I'm really happy that you gave them something important to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what? They took part in another thing that we're going to be revealing on the channel next week, hopefully. There's a new theme for Slash Trax Saturday mornings.
Yeah, there is a new theme. That's exciting, and that is going to happen because I already did the thumbnail for Ghostbusters Extreme. What is it? Back in Action? What's it called?
Back in the Saddle Part 2.
Back in the Saddle Part 2. And ironically, that episode, Josh, I wouldn't say that show didn't have a huge audience when it was on in 98, 99, but that episode, Slashaholics, of Slash Trax Saturday mornings, by hours viewed, is far and away the most viewed episode on the network.
Yeah, we're going to have to break down pretty much the whole season of Extreme Ghostbusters because people apparently want it. And
I'm blown away by the response of people watching that, because the hours, not the views, but the people that are actually watching it are watching it from start to finish. So I just want to say thank you to all the Slashaholics and Slashketeers that are doing that. That's so nice to see. I love it. And
I have an update from the main channel. We're going to be doing a review of an older kind of straight to video horror movie called Bloody Horror in the near future. And we're going to be teaming up on this review with Tony from Hack the Movies. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So
yeah,
stay tuned.
Tony's a good dude. I see a lot of myself in Tony.
Yeah, a lot of sense of humor and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, even similar look. I see a lot of myself in Tony. It's almost like looking at my Wonder Twin a little bit.
Wonder triplets, man, because I see it too. I don't know.
Yeah, all three of us.
Yeah, we're Wonder triplets.
Hey, Josh, do you want to get into some nice comments before we get into fun facts?
Yeah, no mean comments this time?
No mean no, we didn't get a mean. We actually didn't get a mean comment. You know what, though? I hadn't been writing down mean comments for Express-ish. But I think the more we do it and the more frequent we are with Express-ish, maybe I'll include them if we get them. But we haven't got one yet.
Okay.
So it's been a really long time. Nice comment. Hilarious. Informative. Fun. And pudding. And that's from the Vibe Channel 442. And they left that in the comment section of Slash Trax News number 38.
The pudding, Bill Cosby. And
That was
then there was the whole him being in jail. Oh, and then they're crying. Oh.
Why did you? So right after the news broke of Bill Cosby doing all that stuff, his Twitter or his Instagram or his Facebook challenged the Cosby fans out there to meme him. Do you remember that?
No, oh my God. All I know is as soon as I found out, I threw my pudding shaker away. I was done with it. I quit signing the petition to bring back pudding pops. I was done. Did you ever have a pudding shaker
No,
as a
I didn't.
kid?
No,
Oh
no.
man, it was like a buck at grocery stores and stuff, made by Jello, and it was like a plastic container. You put the pudding mix in with a cup of milk, and you just shake it, and you had pudding. It was like Cosby sold that. So
I did throw away the seasons of Cosby that I had on DVD. I had
did
like
that
season
had
7.
did that have anything to do with what he did, or just you were done with the show?
I loved the show growing up. I had great
Me
memories
too.
watching it with my family, but I just what when there was no longer denying that he if he did or didn't do that stuff, because it was like where there's smoke, there's fire, and if there's like 300 fires and they're all the exact same story and they're all corroborating each other, I'm he was found guilty in a court of law. The only reason he's not still in jail is because um, of some sort of legality thing that was signed about a non-disclosure agreement when he paid her
Yeah.
before the criminal lawsuit. So
I'll tell you this. You okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, the only two things I remember about Cosby, and then I'll let us move on because this is express-ish, is as a kid, I remember the whole giving birth to a Subway sandwich thing with him. I hope that really happened because I remember it. And I remember Garth Brooks doing a big concert in New York or something the same night as the finale. And he did like a tribute to the show. You know, he made an announcement about the Cosby Show coming to an end. So I bet he wishes he could erase that.
Garth Brooks is has some allegations against him. Are you familiar with that?
I am not.
He
Not
just, I mean,
surprised.
Garth Brooks has some SA allegations against him as well. And I was blown away by that because I didn't expect to see that from our man Chris Gaines. But yeah,
He is
Garth
innocent
Brooks.
until proven guilty. We're not going to be
Yeah.
like networks in Hollywood where we like just as soon as there's an accusation, you're fired. You know,
No,
we'll wait
yeah.
and see.
He may or may not have. It's not up for the Slash Trax Network to decide.
It's
We
just
relay the
allegations.
news,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, yeah.
And that's news.
That's the
Uh,
news. We
hey,
break the news.
Josh, before I get into the second nice comment real quick, I wanted to piggyback off that Bill Cosby giving a birth to a sandwich. I remember when Bill Cosby, it was also on the Cosby Show. He was trying to sneak this sandwich from Claire and he didn't want her to see it. So he like hid it in Rudy's semi truck toy that she had. And then like and I don't know why Rudy had a semi truck toy. It was probably just for this gag. But
Yeah.
she leaves this toy in the living room and nobody's around. And Bill kind of, Cliff looks around and he opens up the back of the trailer. And in the back of the trailer is a gigantic hoagie.
Oh yeah, that's where you put them, man. That's hauling meat right there. Do you
Yeah.
remember the Bill Cosby show that came out after the Cosby Show? It
Yeah, I
didn't do as
remember
good, but
him and the wife, Felicia Rashad, with the guy from Cool Runnings, Doug,
yeah,
right? Is
something
that
like
what you're
that.
talking? It was on CBS.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the Lucy show, had so many different spin-offs afterwards, like
Yeah.
restart. But I digress. What's our next nice comment?
All right. That VHS tracking bit in the opening felt like old times. Thanks for a fun show. And our friend Kaga Nico wrote that in the comments down below of Slash Trex News number 38.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I was hoping somebody who might still have a VCR hooked up might, what's going? Oh, yeah, I'm watching YouTube. Duh. I was kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought we were watching Slash Trex on VCR or Betamax. When I was a little kid, Josh, back in like 88, 89, probably like maybe even 87, I got this pink plastic chain from one of those 25 cent machines.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I decided the best place to put it was in the family VCR.
Oh, no.
So yeah, it obviously didn't work. Dad came home from work, wanted to watch a tape, didn't work, lost his mind. They bring it down to the VCR TV repair shop, which back in the day, Slash Alex cost like hundreds of dollars to fix. And the guy troubleshoots it and pulls out the pink plastic chain that I had gotten the day prior, and there was no way that I was going to be able to lie my way out of it.
Man,
Guilty.
VCRs, man. I remember one time I rented a tape as a little kid, got it home, and it was a beta. And I was so sad because it was like Ghostbusters, but it was Filmation Ghostbusters, which I thought was the real Ghostbusters because one of the characters on it looks like Ray.
Yes.
Like very much looks like Ray.
The human by the gorilla.
One of the two humans, yeah.
Yeah.
The chubbier one. But no, real quick story. This might not even be an expressious if I don't shut up. I was at a yard sale about 10 years ago, and I found a beta max tape of Sleeping Beauty for 50 cents. Okay. Black Diamond edition, great case. Those things are super rare. At the time, I sold it for like $80. So I made $79.50, which is a hell of a profit. I can only imagine how much that Betamax tape in that condition would be worth right now, as much as the Black Diamond Disney tapes are going for, and it being a beta. It's got to be rare. Got to be.
You know how many more Blazers you could buy if you still had that Betamax tape?
Like 2 more?
Yeah. Step into my office because you're fucking fired. You blew it.
Hey, I made a hell of a profit. Just what's the percentage on that, man?
I don't want to do the math on something that you failed on. Okay. You blew it. Jumpin' Jeff. Did Josh blow it?
Yep.
Why did I expect anything else other than that?
Hold on. Tony the Spider.
Wait,
I need to know.
hold
Did
on.
Josh blow it?
Don't ask him yet. I got a bigger question.
What?
I just remember when I sold it on eBay, I sold it to somebody with the name Tony. Tony, did you buy my Betamax Sleeping Beauty, and are you holding on to it to sell for a really high price because of my stupidity?
Here's Tony the Spider. If you people only knew.
Ooh, that Tony the Spider. Yes. Oh my God. If we only knew.
Yeah,
Oh.
Tony, that's why we asked. I want to know. And if you do sell it, can you use it to buy more sweet tank tops? Because I'm getting sick of you wearing the same one every episode. For the love of God. Josh, let's go to the show. Let's go to today's show sponsor, please.
Let's do it.
You probably thought this deer was alive, and this coyote was alive, and this pheasant was alive. Nope, they're not. They're dead. They've been taxidermized by Chuck Testa. Ojai Valley Taxidermy. I specialize in the most lifelike dead animals anywhere, period.
Look at that antelope driving a car.
Nope, it's just Chuck Testa.
Oh no, there's a bear in my bed.
Nope, Chuck Testa.
Hold on a second. There's a leopard feeding on an impala out on my deck.
Nope, it's just Chuck Testa with another realistic mount. Shipped to me from anywhere. Call Chuck Testa for the most lifelike dead animals around, period.
Did that rhino just order a drink?
Nope.
Chuck Testa does not taxidermize pets.
That's a great product, man. I almost thought those were all real animals.
They
For
weren't?
that taxidermy commercial. Yeah, it's a taxidermy specialist is sponsoring the show today.
You know, we've actually got another sponsor later on the show that I pulled together. And it's just, it's a very general it's a very general sponsor, something that's in
Okay.
everybody's fridge. We'll get to it in a little bit, but
Great.
yeah,
Great. Let's get into the first fun fact of the episode.
let's do it.
All right, this is a
Not
little bit of
rocket.
a long. Huh?
You're over there snot rocketing.
No, we're having a snowstorm right now, and my throat is super dry from the weather.
He's allergic to snow.
I am allergic to inclement weather. I am a pussy. All right, Josh, fun facts. This is a little bit longer than normal, but it's worth it. The Oregon accumulator was a device sold in the 1950s. Its inventor claimed it allowed a person sitting inside it to attract orgone, a massless healing energy. Now, when the FDA was investigating this device, they noted that one purchaser of the Oregon accumulator, who was a well-known and very renowned college professor, knew it was phony from the start, but he purchased one anyway and found it extremely helpful, Josh, because his wife would sit quietly in it for 4 hours every day and not say a word to him, would you have bought one of these Oregon accumulators, Josh?
I want to know, would you?
Would I buy one?
Yeah.
No. I'm kind of like on a no spend month, and I don't know if I could afford this. We're trying. It's tax time. The network is just starting to roll out new theme songs. We're doing a lot of Tony and Jeff are not just working for scale anymore. I can't really afford one.
So what do you think of the wife sitting in it for 4 hours a day? What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are like that's all well and good that she like maybe they don't get along and he gets like a little break. But what happened when she found out that it was just BS? What was that fight like?
Oh my God. No,
Seriously.
I won't be buying one because I already have one. I'm setting it right now.
And you mean to tell me that that doesn't work? That was a previous show's sponsor, the Oregon Accumulator. We both are setting in one right now.
Yeah, that's what we got. They sent it to us in the through the postal system. So
How much would it cost to ship one of those, man?
right.
Holy crap. She sits in it. How much would it cost to ship that? Probably less than a dozen eggs, but still very expensive. Josh, fun facts. Second one before we end fun facts for the Expressionists. The iconic black fur capes, Josh, worn by the Night's Watch in Game of Thrones, they were not capes, Josh. They were cheap IKEA rugs.
I knew that. I knew that fun facts. Yes, I did. That is awesome. It works. It works. It looked great.
Yeah.
It looked great.
Yeah. Winter is coming. No, IKEA is coming.
They tell the director had to film. He didn't have time for more stuff. He's like, you know nothing, costume director.
This budget, how the hell am I supposed to make this show work? What do you want me to go buy these capes and these outfits from IKEA? Yes, exactly. That is exactly what I want you to do.
On 3, best actor on Game of Thrones. You ready?
Oh, stop.
1, 2, 3. Peter Dinklage. Love Peter Dinklage. Love Peter.
Yeah,
Dinklage.
I would agree. Peter Dinklage. Not for nothing. I understand that he fills a niche in Hollywood, but he is getting roles that they create for him just because of his acting prowess, not because of his stature.
Yes.
He is a great actor.
He refused roles in movies like Elf and stuff because he refused to, just do dwarf, what dwarfs normally get, what little people normally get. And, there's some people in that community that are upset at him over that because it hurt. But, he is an amazing actor. And when I see him on the screen, I don't see his height, like Pixels. He is freaking hilarious in Pixels. And if you've never seen it, check out a movie called The Knights of Badassdom. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't.
It's great. Some friends go out to go LARPing for the weekend, but a real demon gets spawned because the book they're using for their LARPing is an actual like witchcraft book from like hundreds of years ago.
Evil Dead style.
Yep. So they're out there having to fight a real demon, and Peter Dinklage has a badass scene in that movie. But I'll throw this out there. I'm a big fan of Dexter, and there's like a renaissance of Dexter happening right now. There's a prequel series and a new sequel series coming out, even though he was supposed to have been killed at the end of New Blood in 2021. They filmed a scene where he's being rushed to the hospital, survived. The prequel series is really good. It's almost over. And they just announced that Uma Thurman and Peter Dinklage have signed on for season 1 of Dexter Resurrection that comes out this summer. So I cannot wait to see Peter Dinklage on Dexter. That's going to be great.
That's some heavy hitters for a Dexter show. I actually think, Josh, during my walk before we started recording, because it's snowing here in Oregon, I thought I walked next to Dexter's body. I think I saw it because, he died in the snow, allegedly, at the end of that show.
At the beginning of the prequel series, they show him being put in the back of a police car and rushed to the hospital, and they're like shocking him, and he has a heartbeat. So he did survive. So that means if you walked by him, you left a dying man in the snow and didn't help him.
Well, Allegedly. Anyway, let's move on to, we have a new segment, Slashaholics and Slashketeers. Josh and I did some brainstorming. We'll go back to Slash Trax Craft Corner for the next episode. But on this episode, we are going to introduce you to a brand new segment that Josh and I are very proud of. I know Tony and Jeff are as well. Slash Trax Sex Education. Josh, let's go to that very important segment.
Hi, Sue. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Love the show. Thanks. Been a long time watcher.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I have a question. Me and my girlfriend, we've been together now for about 2 years, and she said she wanted to get into something more to spice up our relationship, and she's been watching videos lately of partners urinating. I just don't know what to think about this.
A golden shower is when your partner pees on you, and they can pee on your body, or sometimes some people like it when their partner pees on their face.
Like in their mouth, or
all over, just pees all over.
The details on the specific video that from her, I wasn't expecting that exact advice.
Is that not something that you're into?
I don't know how much wet work a man can handle in his day, and I guess that particular type of shower could come in handy if your water bill is too high. No, I'm not into it. I don't think I'm into it. I don't really know. I can't really talk my way out. No, I'm not.
Warrior fuel is a good way to prep for that.
Moving on from
It's double
Slash
wet.
Trax.
It's double wet work, man. If you think about it, because it's already urine. It's the Warrior's urine. All right, go on. This is a family channel now.
Family channel. That advice reminded me of American Pie when Stifler is getting peed on.
Yes.
And he's like, he thinks she's pouring champagne on his head, and he's like, oh, I can taste the bubbles.
You can.
And he's like, oh, it's so warm. Let's get into Slash Track Sports.
Let's do it.
Okay, you're looking good. You're looking sharp. Very professional, because guess what? Slashketeers and Slashaholics, the network is currently in a renaissance, okay? We are able to afford Slash Track's network capes from IKEA.
But they couldn't get me a real pocket. No real pocket.
No, don't tell them that.
Sorry.
But pretty soon we may both have a blazer in the future. But Josh, did you know that the Korean Baseball League, their championship trophy is not a trophy? So this is a fun fact. Their trophy is a gigantic sword.
I like that.
Me too. I think that's really neat. Just kind of a cool little fun fact. Better not drink too much celebratory beer and champagne, though. You might drop it. Be careful with that sword, because it is very real. Second and last sports story of the episode.
Okay.
32-year-old punter has entered the transfer portal. So ECU punter Luke Larson has entered the transfer portal. He's been ECU's starting punter the last 3 years. So he was 29 when he started. What's your thoughts on Luke Larson being 32 years old and still playing college football?
Wow. He's a super senior. I take it, a super senior.
Gosh, yeah.
Is he going to college to play football and become like a world-renowned doctor? Like
yeah, exactly. That Tommy boy.
Is this Van Wilder? Is it Van Wilder?
Yeah. Tommy, you've been to school for 7 years. A lot of people go to school for 7 years. Yeah, they're called doctors.
Doctors.
Yeah, no. So my question is, where's he transferring? Is he transferring to Team Medicaid? Where's he going? So I have another question before we move on. At 32 years old, you're still playing college football. This man really needs to sit down and have a good long talk with someone he cares about, or a good long think. And he needs to ask himself, at what age do I leave football behind and start shifting gears towards pickleball?
Wait, is this the garbage picking, field goal kicking guy from Philadelphia or whatever it was. It was
Philadelphia Phenomenon?
huh?
Philadelphia Phenomenon, Tony
No.
Danza.
Yeah, yeah. It was the garbage picking, field goal kicking, whatever. Is that what's going on here? One of those situations?
No, well, yeah, no. I think college football, there's no age. I mean, if you have eligibility, technically, Josh, you and I could go try out for a college football team.
Wow, wow.
We could.
I'd probably after like 2 seconds. I don't
You'd be
know if I could get in the ring and do a 5-minute wrestling match anymore.
You'd be like Vince Vaughn in Old School, like where he's on those Olympic rings smoking a cigarette,
Yes.
where he's like holding himself and he's got a cigarette going, and they're judging him and he has to hold it, and he's like,
Oh my God. And before we move on, folks, the field goal kicking, garbage picking, field whatever is a real movie. It's the title. It's something like that. Do you remember what it was called?
yes, the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia Phenomenon, and it was Tony Danza.
Okay, yeah, look that movie up, folks. We're gonna have to like maybe do a non-horror riff of that one day.
I even remember how he discovered that he could kick. He worked on this garbage truck, and the arm that pulls down and crushes all the garbage in the back would stick. So he developed a massive amount of leg strength by kicking it back up.
Okay.
That was the whole crux of how he got his like super kicking powers or whatever.
It's like the old person version of Rookie of the Year, but
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
who was that kid in Rookie of the Year was also in American
Pie.
And I just brought it full circle, bitches.
And he was also in A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Thank you very much.
And he was in the field goal kicking, garbage picking Philadelphia Phenomenon in my own headcanon, but not for real.
What horror movie was he in, though? That we have riffed on the main channel.
Oh. Scream 3? No, Halloween Resurrection.
You are correct, sir. Thomas Ian Griffin, I think is his name. I think. Yeah.
Well, that was
Thomas
Ship. You're not talking about Shipwreck, are you, from American Pie?
Nope, not Finch.
Oh, you're talking about, that's the right guy. Yeah. Halloween Resurrection. Yep.
He goes to the library, and his brother tells him where the sex Bible is. The tongue tornado.
Yeah.
That kid.
Yeah.
Josh,
the one from Rookie of the Year and stuff.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he sure was.
Hey, so Slashaholics, /Trax2020@gmail.com. Do you have a story you'd like us to talk about or break down or discuss on a future episode of the news show? Do you have a Dear Slashy, Ask Slashy, where you want to ask us advice? Because the only thing missing in your life is advice from us. We know it. You know it. Write in. Plenty of other things, stuff you want us to riff in the future on the main channel. The new season of Slash Trax is on the way. Got a lot of really fun stuff. Any movies you want us to review on the main channel or here, write us at /Trax2020@gmail.com. Josh, since you're looking so professional, hit him with the rest of the business.
Yes. If you would like to support the channel, both channels, or one of the channels, or just me and Alex on a daily basis, you can do so through our Patreon, which is on the screen. You can order a fun cameo video from us where we will literally do anything that won't get a stone in jail on camera for $7.50. Come on, folks. It'd be a lot of fun, right? Or if you want to, you can just drop us a super thanks tip at our PayPal or our Cash App. All the information is in the description and pinned comment. Back to you, Alex.
All right. Now that we're back to the show, we have a very, very fun and very important second show sponsor that has generously offered to sponsor today's wrestling segment. Josh, would you like to hit the Slashketeers and the Slashaholics with the second sponsor of the day?
Yep, because this sponsor does a podcast good.
All right.
Tom, can I make a suggestion?
You're fired!
Welcome to eternity.
Flowers grow low, then they die. Rivers flow low, then run dry.
heaven. Wait a minute. Where am I?
Got milk?
I could really use a glass of milk.
Go to hell.
Having a cookie or something without milk is
For
the
eternity.
worst.
For eternity.
It is the worst. We might need to take a break to get a little bit of milk, but before we do that, let's get into wrestling.
Let's do it.
Josh, Demolition, the legendary WWF tag team that I believe held the record for longest time holding the WWF championship belts before it was broke by the New Day. They're also like three-time champs in the WWF. Back when holding the belts meant something, Axe, Smash, and Crush later on, they were just added to the WWE alumni page yesterday. But then news broke again, Josh, today. Demolition was officially signed to a WWE Legends deal.
Sweet.
Do you think that this is clearing the way for Demolition to finally be inducted into their rightful place in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, I do. But did you know Demolition's outfits were bought at a BDSM store?
Yes, absolutely. They look like that. Yes, they look like the average Joe's softball team in dodgeball.
And the whole reason Demolition exists is so Vince McMahon, before he signed Hawk and Animal to become the Legion of Doom, was so he could have his own Road Warriors type thing. Went for the Mad Max angle, futuristic, apocalyptic thing. We got Demolition. Apparently, in Vince's head, the futuristic apocalypse is like a bunch of people dressed as gimps, but the sparkly, the bedazzled underwear and the little ring there so they can hook it so they can drag them around. Demolition. Here comes the Axe. Here comes the Smash in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, they were only hired. They were only created. They were only created because Vince wanted the Road Warriors. Did you know that?
I did know that, and that's why he brought the Powers of Pain in later, Barbarian and Warlord. But Axe and Smash should be happy that that's all they had to do was wear the BDSM outfits, because what we know about Vince McMahon now, some of the stuff he's into, let's just be thankful that Demolition's finishing move wasn't like, taking a number 2 on their opponents in the middle of the ring. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, wow. Any wrestling fans, check out WWE Vault. I just watched Demolition in a Survivor Series match. I've been watching a lot of old 80s wrestling. Man, yeah. Jake the Snake's DDT, man, people were popping for that move. And now it's like every 5 moves is a DDT. But back then, if he would get it and the person would get out of it and the crowd, would be on their feet. But no, I got to watch Zeus in a Survivor Series match. He gets disqualified, and then the Powers of Pain get disqualified for double teaming Hogan at one point. And Jesse the Body Ventura is on commentary saying, "Awesome. That ref's helping Hogan more than his teammates are. He's just going to disqualify everybody." And at one point, this is what I love about Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby, and Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse. I wish I could play. I can probably get away with the audio. But
look at the big C on the side of his head there. What's that? In case he gets lost or something?
No, it means Zeus, Gorilla.
They know where to send him.
Right?
Zeus
starts with Z.
Yeah, I understand that.
Well, then what'd you ask for? Look at this. Hogan's got to back up, retreat, and think again.
What kind of a belt is that, Just that Zeus is wearing there? Looks kind of strange to me.
That's a Zeus belt. It's got a Z on it, Gorilla.
Yeah, I know, but it looks a little bit more intricate than that.
He's just such an asshole. Ventura was gold. him and Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon were gold on commentary. You could watch these old matches and not even watch them and just listen to the commentary. It's amazing.
My favorite commentary team was either Bobby and Gorilla or Jesse and Gorilla.
Yes.
And then like probably another tier down would be like Jim Ross and the King later on.
Oh my God!
I was listening to Jim Ross today on my walk, and he was talking about how him and Jerry, they didn't go over anything. Everything was fresh and live. They didn't even know the results of the matches. They wanted to react to everything as if it was really happening.
Yeah.
So
and same thing in WCW. That's why Bobby yelled out, "Whose side is he on?" Because they weren't told what was going down. And people give Bobby a lot of shit. We've even given Bobby a lot of crap for doing that, for almost ruining Hogan's heel turn. But he was always dogging Hogan and calling Hogan a heel.
Yeah, it was for sure in character because he never liked Hulk Hogan. He was always trying to make the fans think Hogan was the heel. All right, hey Josh, speaking of Hulk Hogan, we've covered him a lot lately, but I hadn't written him down in the rundown for this episode, but he has once again forced himself on the news cycle, and he's made his way back into the show again for a third straight week. He's setting records here on the Trax Network because the only previous wrestling personality to do this was Vince McMahon when the news broke about some of the finishing moves he was trying to have Axe and Smash do in the office of Titan Towers. So, Josh, apparently Hulk Hogan is being sued because at one of his Real American Beer promotional rallies that was held in August, Hogan, the man, the myth, the asshole, to steal a phrase from you, apparently was throwing cans of Real American Beer into the audience, and he pelted a girl right in the face, and she needed stitches. She had like bleeding. She's dealing with some side effects from the head trauma, and she is now suing the Hulkster for punitive damages.
Good.
What is your thoughts on Hulk Hogan rifling a Real American Beer right into this person's head?
The fact that he peddles his piss water on WWE TV and stuff is already disgusting and stupid and shows how desperate he is. Too bad he was sleeping in the day he could have got the George Foreman grill brother, because that's the story he tells. And this isn't express-ish, but express-ish. But when we do the full news episodes, I'm going to have a new lie to break down every week of Hogan in a new segment. That's going to be fun. I've already got a list started. What do I think? I think that she should sue him for everything she can get from him. The dude's a piece of crap. I hate that he ruined my childhood by revealing just how big of a racist, bigoted, idiot piece of crap he really is. And if he hit her with the beer, A, she probably should have been smarter than being there. But B, he's responsible. So yeah, sue the crap out of him.
If his name's on the can and he's throwing the can, he's responsible, brother. Yeah. One more really quick Hulk Hogan story to add on top of that. And Josh actually sent this to me right before we started filming. Hulk Hogan is charging like over $9,000 for WrestleMania 41 for a meet and greet, like in a suite or something, or maybe just at the venue. I think it's really interesting, first of all, that he's going to be there because WWE is trying to distance themselves from him after the Netflix booing debacle. But that's a really ridiculous price tag, Josh. What would you go see Hogan at WrestleMania 41 for over $9,000?
No. And I think the only reason they're doing it is because they already had an agreement with him, or else I don't think it would be happening. Mm-hmm. In fact, I met Hogan before a big wrestling show in Arkansas, and he was promoting Brooke Hogan's singing career back in like 04. And I wish I could take that night back and not have ever touched his hand or took a picture with him. The only thing great about that night is me and a buddy saw Jimmy Hart walking around by himself in his music note suit, offered to buy him a pretzel and talk to him about independent wrestling. And he sat down and we talked for almost 45 minutes about the old days versus the new days, and had a pretzel with Jimmy Hart. Really nice guy. but yeah, the $9,000 thing, you know, he's just trying to make money to pay for the damages for hurting that chick, or I'm sorry, hurting that lady. Which just gonna have to do a few meet and greets to pay for that probably. But the funny thing is they're giving one meet and greet away free, like you can win a contest. And I think I sent the screenshot to you and I put, no, thank you, I'm good.
The contest, actually, I read it, the fine print on that that you sent me. Apparently the contest is like a test of will and strength. Apparently Hulk Hogan, the people that, like, the 5 finalists are going to stand about 5 feet away from him, and he's just going to rifle real American cans of beer at your head. And whoever is the last person standing gets to go to the meet and greet. So it's just like, how many cans of beer can you take to the dome before you get to meet the Hulkster, you know, live and in living color, brother.
You know what? I did hear one good Hulk Hogan story this week. I just made like a Robert De Niro face of like, you talking to me?
You found a good one?
A good one. Something he said that I would really appreciate him to do, you know, and it was cool that he said it because it gives me hope for the future, actually.
Did he say he was going away from the public eye? Is that
No,
what?
He said if he ever bumped again, he would probably turn into dust. So, you know what I say? Hogan, you're the man. You're the guy that was going to be the lead singer of Metallica. You wrote all your movies. What are some more of them? I can't think. Yeah.
He that Make-A-Wish kid at Wembley Stadium at
Elvis
SummerSlam.
Yeah, Elvis
Presley.
Presley.
Not wrestle at.
Yeah, never. Elvis Presley was your number one fan. I say, screw the haters, screw all the people booing you. Get in the ring, show them Hulkamania can still run wild. Take a bump, brother, turn to dust, and blow the fuck away.
And also, hopefully in the future, Hulk Hogan's Thunder Mixer will be a sponsor on a future episode of Trax Action News Express-ish. Because Josh, your story about the George Foreman grill, apparently he had a choice, dude. He could choose the grill or the Thunder Mixer, and he got screwed, dude. So that is anyway. George Foreman and his agent have debunked that. And so that's a lie, for sure, a lie. They had offered that to George Foreman months and months and months and months and months before George ever accepted it. And I don't think they ever sent it to Hulk Hogan.
Didn't he also say that Muhammad Ali's wife or widow or whatever called him as his
daughter, Layla, his daughter.
Right as Hogan was about to unalive himself or something, and she's like, nope, never called him, never talked to him on the phone.
I don't know if she debunked that, but I do know one thing.
She did.
Gosh, I do know one thing. That probably did not happen because what's the one thing a narcissist and a sociopath doesn't want to do?
Unalive themselves.
Unalive themselves because they are the most important person walking God's green earth, dude.
And I will tell you another thing. If you do that sort of thing, you don't go out and brag about and tell big stories and stuff like that.
Don't listen. It's not a good look. You're not cooler because you had a gun in your mouth. That's not cool.
And mental health is mental illness is a real thing.
Help.
Depression's a real thing. Get help. The suicide hotline. If you need to talk to somebody, make that phone call.
Yeah, not something to brag about or try to get clicks for or to make your life sound cooler. Josh, let's go into the third show sponsor, and they are actually going to be sponsoring Who Would Win. They're sponsoring that segment. They're going to sponsor Who Would Win because we have a new Who Would Win.
Okay.
But let's go to a real Wrestling Heroes product, and let's go to our very own Ultimate Warrior's favorite drink. Josh, let's go.
Need a boost to get you through the night. Warrior Fuel gives you epic might. It's from the veins of a legend bold. Take a sip and break the mold. Warrior Fuel, it's in your veins. Feel the power, never be the same. Extreme insomnia can't slow you down. Severe shaking, but no time to frown.
I want to crack open a piss warm can of Warrior Fuel right now, man. Doing the show, it's making me parched, brother.
I've been drinking one out of a tea bottle. So
You know what the cool thing about Warrior Fuel is? Once you drink one, you don't have to go to the store. You can refill it yourself once you have to go, number one, and you can recycle the can of Warrior Fuel because there's still just as much nutrients and yummy flavor left over.
And cocaine.
Yeah, for all your friends and family to enjoy. It's a truly a buy one get one free situation here at the Warrior Fuel family. Josh, we actually have a testimonial about what happened to a man who just recently tried his very first Warrior Fuel. And we had Jeff and Tony go down on assignment, on location, and interview this man right after he drank his first Warrior Fuel. And this is what he had to say. Let's go to that.
All right.
Who am I? And why do I exist? And who made me? And what am I expected to do with my life? And who's keeping score? And will I be accountable someday for my behavior? And is there life after death?
We might want to put an age limit on these cans of Warrior Fuel, man.
I don't know. He does appear to be older. He's old enough to consent. How about that? I don't know about the age thing. I don't want to get sued like the Hulkster is. Jumpin' Jeff and Tony haven't been rifling cans of Warrior Fuel at anybody in the crowd, have they?
I don't know, but they did drink some, and they talked about like using a water gun to like feed some Warrior Fuel to a crowd, but they forgot the water guns. And then Jeff was like, I was like, do y'all have some other way of doing it? And he's like, yep. And I was like, well, how are you going to do it? You know, if you don't have water guns, how are you going to get the Warrior Fuel to people? And Tony said, if you people only knew. And so apparently they're peeing on people. Wet work. I don't know.
Well, it's not. Hey, if Jumpin' Jeff and Tony the Spider are actually peeing on people, it's probably from their own whatever. It's not called Warrior Fuel at that point. It would be called Jobber Fuel.
Ooh, it would be an IPW.
IPWF.
Oh, okay.
IP Warrior. Josh, so let's move away from Warrior Fuel and all the pending lawsuits that we're gonna have from Jeff and Tony helping us make some sales on that. I think that was a bad idea. And let's go into a who would win.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Someone wrote into the show, okay? And they wrote us and they asked us a Batman versus Batman question, but I didn't like their initial Batman versus Batman question, so I took part of it and added the part that I wanted to talk about.
What was theirs?
Theirs was who would win, Batman 89 or Robert Pattinson Twilight Batman.
Okay. 89.
Yeah, easily. Because the new one would be brooding and so sad and so like angst ridden, he wouldn't be able to fight.
Well, no, the 89 Batman would just like feed him some gluten and he would get, sneezy and sick and have to go home.
So weak and just, he'd crumble. No. So I twisted it. I wanted to do Batman 89 versus Christian Bale Batman.
Ooh.
So, Josh, I am going to let you have the floor as always on this, and you tell me who would win and why.
I don't know.
The good one. I like them both a lot. They're my two favorite Batman.
I still think 89 would win because he's a little more experienced. He doesn't have as many on the job accidents as Christian Bale did. His suit is like bulletproof from the beginning. Christian Bale can't move his neck in the first movie either, so if we're going Batman Begins versus 89 Batman, I'm going to go with Keaton's Batman. And just from an experience point of view, he's got better grapple hooks. I like I do like Christian Bale's Batmobile better, but I've never seen Christian Bale's Batmobile drive up the side of a building to the roof. And he don't have a missile thing that launches out the front. 89 Batman barely.
I'm going Christian Bale Batman barely.
Okay.
Simply not. This might be our closest battle, in my opinion, that we've ever had on the show. only because Christian Bale's Batman is so resilient. He comes back from a broken back. He comes back from dog attacks. He comes back from he's in a cave, basically to hell. He's down there with Hulk Hogan and all the other people that were banished from society. He gets out of the cave. He's like the second person to get out of the cave of all time. He's driven. Like he'll go to any lengths to get the job done. But Michael Keaton's Batman does the same thing. I just feel like hand-to-hand combat. I feel like Christian Bale has the edge. If it's hand-to-hand, I think Christian Bale.
I have to disagree because I just thought of something and it might change your perspective a little bit, just a little bit. At 64 years old, Keaton's Batman went hand-to-hand combat with a Kryptonian and stunned them, knocked them out for a short time.
I don't
think Christian Bale's Batman could do that at his age right now. Keaton did it at 64. His Batman did. So
that was the best part of the Flash movie.
Spoiler, and then he dies.
You know what? I think you've convinced me, and my answer is I don't have an answer. I'm saying this is a stalemate. I think we should let the Slashaholics decide this because I have no answer to this.
It would be close, but he did, I was just thinking, oh shit, at 60-something years old, he beat a Kryptonian up. So
yeah, that's hard. So he obviously got better and better and better with age.
Yeah. So it's a tough one. What do y'all think?
Yeah, leave it in the comments below. I don't have an answer. I'm not saying this to get comments. I really don't know. I think it's 50-50 for sure. Josh, let's move into the horror section. Spooky news.
Okay.
Real quick hitter. The Faculty is being rebooted with the original director, Robert Rodriguez, is going to produce it. He's not directing it.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on this? Are you into this or not?
I was iffy on it. It was a fun like rental back in the day. I don't really remember a whole lot about it, but it had that cool like Rear Window type of vibe to it. Paranoia type thing that was fun in the 90s horror movies. And it was right before we started getting all those really bad PG-13 ones like Darkness Falls and stuff, which is a fun movie about the Tooth Fairy ghost or whatever, but it set a trend like
Dead Silence,
Fear.com and stuff like that. Yeah. Honestly, I'm more excited about what I heard horror news that they're moving forward with a new Chucky movie in lieu of trying to get a season 4 of the show. A new movie's getting made, and he sees a lot of demand from the crowd. It might finally take Chucky into space. But what do you think about the Faculty remake?
You hit me with Chucky in space, and then you make me go back to the Faculty. Okay, here we go. The Faculty. In that movie, Slashaholics, Josh Hartnett is a drug dealer. He's selling a drug called scat in pin form. Like he puts the scat in these pins, and they snort it. I think that whoever's greenlit this movie and putting this movie together is snorting scat because I don't want to see it. It's like, to me, I really enjoyed The Faculty when it came out. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely one of those movies, like Josh said, that caught fire on video rental. And I think it was like the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but with a new twist.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was really into reading those books. I don't know if you guys remember this, like Aliens Ate My Paper Homework, or Aliens Ate My Brain. It was like a Judy Blume series, but alien form. I was into that. Or My Teacher is an Alien. I think that's what it was called. My Teacher is an Alien. So I was into that premise. I liked the movie. I had a lot of fun. Not sure why Usher was on the cover of it because he's in the movie for about 13 seconds. I think they're all snorting scat. It's not needed. It's like remaking, like when they were talking about, let's remake Back to the Future. Let's totally just remake an absolute classic 5 out of 5 star movie. Why?
I know, right? That would be stupid. And it's never going to happen if Zemeckis has his way. But they are making, he did announce, Zemeckis and all them announced that there's going to be a big Back to the Future video game for next gen consoles that's being made right now. So that's
okay. I'm into that.
I would rather Idle Hands get remade before the faculty. Idle Hands was a fun movie, and I think it was a little ahead of its time. So I think a remake done right, include Seth Green and stuff in it somehow, would be better received. I think the faculty is going to flop, even if it's straight to streaming. 1 minute, 60 seconds here. Chucky in space. Your thoughts on that?
Chucky in space. We riffed Leprechaun in space, and believe it or not, Slashaholics, going back 3-4 years ago, that was the very first thing that ever went viral for Josh and I.
Yeah.
So you know what? That was such a great memory for me that I'm all for any horror movie in space. How about it?
Hey, I put Freddy in space, but
yeah, Celestial Slumber Slashaholics. Check it out on the main channel. A lot of fun. I listened to that thing while I was running at night, and there were a couple parts of it where I was genuinely spooked, and I'm a grown ass man. So
those nightmares were fun to write.
Yeah. I was a little spooked out.
Chucky's done everything else, so I think In Space is right up the alley for the whole Chucky thing, because it's gotten silly, but they somehow, like I did with Freddy, keep the tone of Chucky when they do these crazy outlandish things. I put Freddy in space, but it was dark Freddy. It was like parts 1, 2, and 3 Freddy with some sinister shit he was doing. And I think if they keep that tone with Chucky and have a reason for him in space, I don't think it's going to be the future. Although that would be cool, like he somehow gets put in a time capsule or something, and it doesn't get open for 500 years. He's been stuck in there. That could be a cool premise for a movie. But
I think with the way that Elon Musk is with SpaceX and all this stuff, Charles Lee Ray could have some beef with somebody working at SpaceX or something. There could be something and it doesn't have to be SpaceX. You could just use a generic name. Could be a fake company, whatever. Albertsons, Safeway, Dollar Tree version of SpaceX. Charles Lee Ray has beef with them. It's on. I think it would be good. And I also agree with Josh. If you keep as long as the horror villain is taken seriously and you don't make him goofy, the fans will love you for it. And then you can kind of do whatever you want with the story around him. Shit around him can be goofy and funny and whatever, but as long as Chucky is still like 100% Chucky, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's get into headlines. We only have one and we're going to end the show.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. Man attempts to rob bank, Josh, after paying a wizard $500 to make him invisible.
No comment. Oh my God. Wow. Was he going in there to get the money to pay the wizard? Did he give the wizard an IOU? No. Geez, man.
Hey, so what happened was this guy wanted to rob banks, and he goes to this wizard and he pays him $500. The wizard explained to him, he gave him this list of spells that he was supposed to have on his arm, okay? And he's going to go in there and kind of like say the spells, and he's going to be invisible, and he can rob whatever he wants. So he thinks he said the spells correctly. He's got the little wizard, like an NFL quarterback. He's got the list of plays, right?
Yeah.
He recites the words, starts grabbing people's money. He immediately gets taken down by all the customers because it didn't work.
They had the spell too. They had the spell of true sight, and they can see invisible things.
And they blocked it. It
was an Uno reverse magic card.
Exactly.
I got to run pretty quick because I got to get my wizard costume back to the rental thing. Although I did come into some money this week, $500,000. No,
$500,000. You're 100 air.
100 air, 500, wow. Man. I told some guy he could be invisible, but no. The guy needed help, it sounds like, and the wizard couldn't give it to him. I do not blame the wizard for conning this guy out of $500. But maybe wherever he's going now, he'll get the help he truly needs. Unless he meets a wizard in jail, that tells him there's a certain way he can give him immortality, but he's got to go to the showers or something. I don't know.
Oh no, one of the sisters from Shawshank.
But my only on the floor. No, go ahead.
My only thought on that. We don't have any word yet on if he recited the spells correctly. So
he might have.
Yeah. if they go to court and the wizard who allegedly sold him these spells to make him invisible, his defense could be that the guy didn't recite the spells correctly, and that's why they didn't work. So we'll keep the Slashaholics and the Slashketeers abreast of that pending legal litigation.
Let me see if I can get the spell off. You ready?
Yeah.
Damaso Moronic Idioso. It worked.
It worked. Damn. Timeout, Warrior Fuel, Nuclear Grizzlies, and now Invisibility. Josh, that's it, dude. That's another episode in the books, in the show, dude.
Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Me and my Blazer appreciate you. Like we said before, drop us an email, slashtrax2020@gmail.com. Join our Patreon for as low as $1 a month. It helps support the channel, keeps us going and growing for years to come. Buy one of our kick-ass cameo videos. Literally anything within legal reason we will do, and we'll have a hell of a time doing it. You can tip us at PayPal or Cash App. All the information's in the pinned comment description below. We are not monetized. We depend on you, and we would really appreciate the help. Stay tuned to this channel and the main channel for lots of new upcoming cool stuff. We have a new theme for Slash Track Saturday mornings for cartoon reviews, and another one for live action reviews. It's going to be a lot of fun, great reveals. Tony from Hack the Movies, we're going to be reviewing a movie with him on the main channel soon. Celestial Slumber 2, I'm started writing it. It's going to pit Uber Freddy and Uber Jason in a hell of a battle with an ending you'll never see coming. Thanks so much. Be excellent to each other. Good night. Have a pleasant tomorrow. Say good night, Alex.
Good night, Alex. Mahalo, dogs.
You can say more if you want. I said a lot.
I'm good. I'm done. I'm paid by the word.
You gotta go see a wizard. Gotta go see a wizard about a spell.
He's fat!
Yep.
Josh and Alex bring the fire, no doubt. Fun facts roaring, making headlines shout. Sports pro wrestling with a punch and a spin. Warrior fuel coursing through their skin. Slash tracks coming at you full speed, no brakes. Horror and action, they're raising the stakes. Jumping Jeff says, yup, you don't wanna miss. Tony laughs hard, this is pure bliss. Headlines screaming hot off the press. Facts and figures they never second guess. In the ring, sports screams, echoes loud. Josh and Alex making fans proud. Tracks coming at you full speed, no brakes. Horror and action, they're raising the stakes. Jumping Jeff says, yup, you don't wanna miss. Tony laughs hard, this is pure bliss. Through the chaos, warriors never slow. Pushing boundaries, ready to explode. Cutting through the noise, sharp as a knife. Slash tracks news, it's more than just life.